Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Aberry. Oh, we're gonna shift here. So, today we are reacting to more XG. That is thanks to you guys and all of your enthusiasm. I've taken note about everything. I read every comment. X-Pop, headquartered in Japan. I looked at the musical influences you mentioned, the sign-offs that they've had from other industry members. I got all of it. So thank you very much for the thorough responses, for the enthusiasm. This is actually a difficult time of year for me, and I actually wasn't planning on recording anything today. But when I saw your comments earlier today, I was like, oh, the alphas. The little wolf pups need to be fed. Let me give them something. So that's why I'm here. This is because of y'all. Um, that being said, there is a little housekeeping I want to do quickly. To put it blatantly, please leave your fan wars at the door. I know I can't fully control all of that, and I get it. This is the internet. People feel safe to say whatever they want to say because they're anonymous. But please just hear out my perspective. One, music is something that I would quite literally die for. Sounds dramatic, but I mean it. Because music is one of the only things on earth that I still have faith in. And as a singer songwriter myself, I've already had so much of the joy ripped from me because I have to think about things like rollout strategy and things like someday how to appeal to the recording academy, how to even mixing and mastering I don't love, stuff like that, but I've learned how to do it. And so that already detracts from the rawness and the beautiful connection, the escapism, the hedonism, the biological tinglies I feel when I enjoy music. And so with starting this channel, I just want it to be a space where I can enjoy the music. I genuinely don't care if you think, your group is better than Blackpink or whatever. Because another perspective for me is like there's already so much competition in the music industry. And I think that's what sucked a lot of the joy out of it. And with fan wars, that's a huge part of that. Like, I'm part of two fandoms, technically, I'll touch on that briefly, that are notorious for being some of the most antagonistic fandoms on the internet. And I say quotes around fandom because even though I identified in the first few videos as an army blank, I do love both those groups passionately. Simultaneously, I don't resonate with a lot of the fans. I don't like the cult behavior. I don't like the blind devotion, the literal idol worship, the fan wars. I'm not interested in any of that. I connect with an artist because I generally see them. I see them as another human being creating art. On top of that, I don't have to like all of their art. I could talk to you for hours about things that BTS have done, songs that they've created, perspectives that they've shown, for hours with a critical lens. I don't worship any group. So I see that level of worship and that lack of nuance as a type of low intelligence, as a type of anti-intellectualism, and I'm not here for it. I just want to enjoy the music. There are certain artists like other groups that I don't like, but I see those individuals as humans. So please remember that when you're critiquing other groups. Remember that even if you don't like that human, they're still a person trying to navigate one of the most toxic industries to come from humanity. The music and the entertainment industry in general are extremely toxic. So give these people some grace, even if you think they're annoying or you don't like the way their voice sounds or you think whatever you think of them. So that's all I'm asking. Further, I do think out of respect for music itself, I'm more than happy to critique any group that I love, right? So just keep that in mind. I could ramble about this for hours, literally hours, which is part of why I'm starting my podcast because I do want to talk about this on a regular basis. But the other thing I wanted to ask you guys, because of your lovely involvement with the community, I would love in the future to do some live streams with you on Twitch, maybe explore, some more goofy stuff with the XG girls and other groups on Patreon. I think the community is way too small to start doing something like that currently. But if that interests you and you want to be live on Twitch with me, where you can give me like direct feedback and be excited and enthusiastic alongside me, I would love to consider that in the future. I think it would be really, really fun. So, that being said, we're going to get into the video. And like I said, today we're watching Gala. This I know is a newer video, so I'm looking forward to seeing what the girls are up to these days. Here we go. Yes. Yes, couture. It's French. C'est français, non? Ouais. C'est français. Yes, visual. Oh. Okay. I'll give you your moment, Harvey, in a moment. See, I'm learning names. Ooh. So first of all, I just have to say, I'm trying not to blab too much about myself in this, but I've been a fan of couture literally since I was a child. I studied my master's degree is actually in luxury management because I loved couture so much that I wanted to work in couture fashion. So when I see it being represented this way, I love it. I love that the sound of this already is very much, it sounds like runway music, like catwalk music. And I don't mean that like it sounds like elevator music, which is better for the background, but it's supposed to hype you up for the visual, right? And that's what I feel like the music is doing here. It's hyping you up for the visual. Also, many of you mentioned in the comments that they're way more vocally talented, like as singing wise, than Woke Up displays, because that's obviously a very heavily rap song. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And I can already hear some of that, some of the vocal control is coming through even with like heavy vocal processing. And so yeah, that's very, very fun. Yeah, let's keep going. Which crew fly, then I swear to me that we don't need to do nothing, let them react. You know I can slay the whole city with that. We taking over the night because I'm pretty and black. Everything we do, yes, you are, girl. With it. Walks on me like mind your business. Look so sharp, it's a Hanzo linen that I hit him with the blue steel. We got to get it. Yes. Okay. Change up. Guys. Okay, I know I was just preaching about intellectualism and now I have no words. This vocal that I'm hearing right now, and again, I'm gonna go back, don't worry. So I can hear it in its entirety. This is getting me very extra excited. Because I was already excited about the idea of a group that can rap that well, right? I haven't, just being honest, this is not a drag because you told me in the comments that they can also dance really well. I haven't seen it yet, right? So I'm looking forward to that. But I got to hear all of the rap power, the prowess, the expertise in bars and flows and all of that. Now hearing the vocals, I'm starting to understand Alfeezies. I get it. Okay, we're going back. We're going back through all of this beautiful cunty energy. With the blue steel, we got to get it. Weighted in gold, my worth can never be. In the realm of eternity, let your words and couture draping colors. That's crazy. Oh. Cack. Boom did a cack. Yes. Love that. Yes. So electro. I could dress casually, naturally. Anything becomes a masterpiece. Look at a kick smash the T. 7 different looks like a magazine. That means every single day becomes a fashion week. Like art, fashionable lover. I'm like a knock cause I'm always on the cover. Hit him with the pose and it's flat to official. Only Ella knows the match is the issue. Pretty girls walk like this. Pretty girls talk like this. Couple chrome plates on wrist. Facts. I mean, who else do you know? Put it on like this. If you don't get it, that's I feel like that's her move. I'm changing my hair like my last name Rodman. Top off with the drip top to bottom. Stop. Every rock they be talking about it. Turn the hallway to a catwalk. Turn the sidewalk to a... Okay, guys. Did I not say that? Did I not literally say this is catwalk music? Okay, and she just said that. And then they're literally doing it. Like, I promise I've never seen this before. So I just have to say, as someone born and raised in San Francisco, I was picking up already on this sonically that this is very much inspired by like ballroom culture. I don't mean ballroom like waltz and tango, guys, if you don't know. Okay, I mean ballroom cackata cack 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 cack. I also lived in New York and I lived in London and in Paris. So I'm very familiar with with ballroom culture and its origins and whatnot. And I'm just saying, I feel a little bit proud that I called that because I felt it. I was like, this is catwalk, this is cunty, this is ballroom, this is death drop, this is RuPaul's Drag Race. Also, I live in LA now. Like, it's hard to find straight people here. It's hard to find people that aren't literally drag queens here. So, I don't know. That just made me really happy. Um, Also, everybody fucking looks great. I don't think I need to say that.
Changing my hair like my last name Rodman. Down far with the drip top to bottom. Anything that we rock, they be talking about it. Turn the hallway to a catwalk. Turn the sidewalk to a runway. Every day's a photo shoot, that part. Paparazzi got my outfit on the front page. Rolled up in it. Windows tinted, can't see through it, but they know who's in it. Open up the doors with the logo printed. I don't even gotta post for the photo finish. Shaking up the spot like a stone cold.
Hit him with the blue steel. See, go
represent the ex-galax. Man, I told you I'ma turn this Met to an ex-gala.
Oh, love. Yes. Ex-gala, that's amazing. Okay, Billy. Yes.
I let my dress talk for me, drip talk for me, my move talk for me, my lip gloss popping like a discography. And if it's not
this editing is sick. Somebody got
I say next to my ex-stylist. I just say yes to my hairstylist. I'm a
Guys, I know it's almost over, and I was gonna save most of my comments. Like, I get the perspective of the video. It's ex gala, it's supposed to be like the Met Gala. Like, I'm not pop. I'm not pop culture illiterate. I get that. I get the reference. Um, I'm just visually, I can't. I don't even know what to say because it's excellent and gorgeous. Um, the dancing thing again, like I am shooketh right now. Like, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people don't know that whacking and similar dance types, like I'm not good at it. That's already actually a more difficult type of dance than I think a lot of people realize. So I love that already, especially when people can do it well. But now Queen is breakdancing. Hey LA, y'all see this shit? No? You're still busy simping for top 40s? Got it, okay. Oh! This drop is my favorite. There's so many critters! Yes. I'm gonna do my Trump dance. Oh. Okay. XGALX. I got it. See, okay. I did get a negative comment. One negative comment on my last video, and they were like, she talks too much over the video. I'm like, bitch, I literally just say like a few things. Otherwise, I'd definitely pause it. That being said, I already know almost the entire lyrics to Woke Up, and it's been less than a week. So I'm just saying, check yourself. Wow. Okay. So as I mentioned, obviously X Gala. See, I'm already talking about the Met Gala like it's called the X Gala. The marketing is working. Love that, ladies. It's seeping into my mind successfully. So I loved that, obviously, like I'm sure you could see in my excitement. I'm just so impressed. I'm looking forward to seeing more of the danceages. I love that we got a little more of that in this video. I know there was a little bit of choreo at the end with Woke Up in the wolf outfits. Um, but I now fully, again, I'm getting another example of what you're referring to with the homage. Not just to Black culture, but other types of Western subcultures, right? But again, doing it with such expertise and such obvious reverence. And this is a whole nother topic again that I'm going to get into on my podcast. But there are aspects of K-pop, J-pop, X-pop, P-pop, C-pop that sometimes just steal from Western culture or from Black culture without the nuance. Not always. I have some very controversial opinions about the overuse of the word cultural appropriation. But already, what you guys have said about them as a group, I don't feel like I have to walk into this worrying about that. And this was a great example of that. Yeah, I loved how different it is from Woke Up. I see what you mean now about the variation of abilities. And I feel like, again, obviously, I'm just scratching the surface, but wow, what a great surface to be scritching upon, you know? Yeah. So I also just had a look at the lyrics. Obviously, most of it I picked up on, but I love, like, someone wrote this in the comments, and I fundamentally agree, which is like one of the reasons they like them as a group when they're rapping, especially. It's not just lyrics about dumb, vulgar, boring, repetitive shit. And this is a huge reason for me that I don't like a lot of top 42, even outside of rap music. Like, there's a lot of mainstream Western pop stars that are singing about the same stuff. And I have no problem with people singing about their own sexuality. I have songs myself about that. Um, but I think true artistry comes when you can express those things without it just being graphic and vulgar and using it as a flex. I think that's where people lose me as artists is when they're using sexuality or sexual conquests or how many partners they have as a flex. Cuz it's just weird and sad and empty and go to therapy. If you're talking poetically about your sexuality or telling a story about something you experienced, or you're just prideful in the journey you've had personally with that, or even if it's just a fun song. But I personally don't like it when people use sexual conquest as a flex. And this is something that I was going to say. I know this is a long winded way to say that these lyrics are actually brilliant because obviously the song is not particularly deep and I think that's fine. I think, again, similarly to Woke Up, we're seeing them flexing about all the other stuff that makes them interesting and their swag and their ability to spit and their cool visuals. Like flexing about those things, I have no problem. And I feel like the lyrics to this are quite similar, but also to write an entire song basically about fashion and how you express yourself through fashion and to lyrically be able to do that without making it vulgar in any way, that in itself is something that I have respect for. So I love that. For me, this almost speaks to me as an anthem because I love fashion and I love fashion enough to write about it too. I can write a song about pretty much anything. I literally wrote a song 2 days ago about dumplings and it's actually very good because it's just I'm something as passionate about it. I love dumplings. I love a mandu. I love a gyoza, whatever. So I actually respect artists more who, whether you're writing about something deep or it's something that's not deep, but you can still express your creativity and your appreciation for that thing. So I really like this song from that lens. Um, Also, this is maybe a reach, but since there's not a lot of East Asian artists or foreign artists in general that are invited to the Met Gala, not the X Gala, which I will take an invitation to the X Gala any day. I think, again, I don't necessarily know that this is what they had in mind, but I kind of like this idea of almost like poking a little bit of fun at the Met Gala and being like, we don't really need that to be validated in our coolness, to be validated in our contribution to style and to aesthetics. And I think what's interesting now that we're seeing Stray Kids and then some Blackpink members are the only people who have been invited to the Met Gala, if I recall correctly. And I always have this mixed feeling about foreign artists in general, not just East Asian groups, but foreign artists in general chasing this Western validation and needing to be included, needing to be Grammy nominated to feel like that is the pinnacle of success. And I kind of like in a maybe a roundabout way that this video is kind of saying, no, we got it, we can do it ourselves, and we can do it really well. And obviously they proved that. So that's very exciting to me. That being said, as suggested, I'm going to now jump into the dance practice. I am looking forward to seeing them properly dance because I feel like this is new for me. I haven't fully seen that yet. Okay, I get it already. I get it. I see these lines. Oh yeah, we love a cannon. Yes, Queen. Yes. Love the levels, floor work. Mm.
Which crew fly, then I swear to me that we don't need to do nothing, let them react. You know I can slay the whole city with that. We taking over tonight because I'm pretty and black. Everything we do got a runway with it. Walk so mean like Manyo.
Yes,
Let the first
accents.
every Hanzo, and then I hit him with the blue steel. We got to.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna try not to pause this. I'm just gonna let this one go through. Yes. Oh, that's cool. Yes, I saw the kicks, girl. I got you. Yeah, they do, Queen. Okay.
My last name Rodman, top off with the drip top to bottom. Anything that we rock, they be talking about it. Turn the hallway to a catwalk. Turn the
Okay.
sidewalk to a runway. Every day's a photo shoot, that part. Paparazzi gonna up it on the front page. Rolled up in it. Windows tinted, can't see through it, but they know who's in it. Open up the doors,
Okay,
let 'em know who's in
flexible.
it. I don't even gotta pose for the photo finish. Shaking up the spot, looking stone cold champagne. We shot to the dark, like a snow globe, let it eye. Represent the ex-galax. Man, I told you I'ma turn this met to an ex-gala.
Yeah, there they go. Cack a cack a cack a cack cack. So much sass. Okay, we're done here. I know she did that in the video too, but like, somebody got the.
Drip top for me, my move top for me, my lip gloss popping like a discography. And if it's not vibrant, then it's not for me, not a diss nobody. I have it sitting next to my ex-stylist. I just say yes to my hairstylist. I'm a
Okay.
representative of ex-gallus.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. Cack, cack, boom to the cack. Walk, bitch, work, twerk, walk, bitch. Oh, yes, double time. Oh, that's a unique move. That's cool. Yes, 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 yes. We love the bounce. We love the dynamics. Okay. So yeah, that was cool. I think what I appreciate about the recommendation to look at the dance practice is that this is the first time I've really seen them dance, right? Because with Woke Up and even with this video, the visuals are so much at the forefront. The styling, even the makeup, post editing, all of that. And sometimes in certain genres or with certain groups or certain artists, all of that flashing smoke and mirrors is there to detract from the fact that they may not be that strong in movement or in dance. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Not everyone is a strong dancer. Like, even some of my favorite groups have people that are not as strong at dancing, and that just, it is what it is. Like, I'm not here to harp on that. But what I'm saying is a lot of times in post edit or whatever, they cover that up with having such flashy visuals or with cuts and stuff like that. And I feel like seeing this now, seeing their choreo, I can see that they're strong dancers, as many of you said in the comments, and described many of them as triple threats. So I see what you mean now for sure. I think what's also really cool about this choreography specifically, someone mentioned that they work a lot with Sienna from the lab, who I'm very familiar with. Being in LA, I've been in her vicinity, if you will, and she works with a lot of my favorite groups and has done some of my favorite choreos. I've also seen Sienna perform before, so I don't know if she did this, but if she did, that would track. If not, Would love to know who the choreographer is. I'm sure it's said, but I want you guys to tell me, comment. um, but what I was getting at is I like that there's a mixture of these subcultural kind of dances like whacking and Harvey and her death drop style split and the breakdancing that Coco now is doing. And I love seeing that mixed in with other moves and other choreographies that I haven't seen before. So that's what made it fresh and I think exciting for me to watch. Obviously, they're very good with things like levels and the cannons that they were doing, and I think they did a really good job too of highlighting the soloist in each part of the song. Not all of it, of course, but there were moments where I'm like, oh, they're putting her at the forefront. Let this specific member do their thing, and still have enough dynamics going on in the background, um, which I love. Yeah, I don't think I have much more to say. I'm glad that I got to see it. Yeah, just so you know, guys, you don't have to convince me to love these girls. That already happened. Like, we're already on board. It's just a matter of helping to direct me of where I should go next, and you all left lots of lovely recommendations. So I will jump into those. That being said, I think we are done for today. And first of all, thank you for tuning in again. Thank you for the support once more. I hope you will take into consideration about my housekeeping and fan wars and my little spiel about that. Now, because they started the song with French, today I will not say "annyeong," so we'll go with "à bientôt." If you don't know what that means, learn your French, boo boo. À bientôt.